doesn't necessarily help re-energize as many people as you might think. A survey from MyBiosource shows about 42% of Americans dread going back to work after they've taken some time off. But we've got to work, right? You got to pay the bills. So what do? Let's bring in Chief Scientist at Workplace Culture, Dr. Jessica Kriegel, and licensed psychologist, Dr. Justin DiRenzo. Thank you both for being here. Dr. Kriegel, let me start with you. Is this a new thing, workplace burnout, or have the expectations in work culture changed?
Workplace burnout was invented as a term in the 70s, and it was really looking at specific stress around being at work and managing our home life as well. What's interesting is in a meta-analysis of burnout, we saw that men and women tend to experience burnout differently. So whereas women tend to feel more emotionally overwhelmed, men tend to depersonalize from work, meaning that they care less about their colleagues and they care less about the client, which can have serious implications for results in the workplace.
Dr. DiRenzo, let's bring you in here and talk about the fatigue that people are feeling right now, and it also correlates into physical symptoms. What are you seeing with people that you talk to who are experiencing this type of burnout?
Yes, so certainly people do have a variety of psychological symptoms and behavioral symptoms, from headaches, muscle aches, upset stomach, to all the way to isolation and fatigue. But what we're forgetting, though, is really people's sense of kind of a loss of competence and autonomy and relatedness that they're missing out in a lot of these workplaces. So as long as we can make people feel good about what they do, and that it's their decision to be there, and that they feel like they're part of a community, those kind of things can push off that sense of burnout. And when we do talk about burnout, I mean, we're really talking about this loss of motivation, loss of productivity. People are no longer creative, and they don't want to be there. So that's really the behavioral manifestations that we see.
Right, and it impacts productivity. Dr. Kriegel, what are some companies now doing, employers doing, to combat this? What is the cure?
At Culture Partners, this is 100% what we focus on most of the time. Most organizations get stuck in what we call the action trap. They know results come from actions, so they focus on actions, activity, getting people to do stuff. That's exactly what leads to burnout. If you want to drive sustainable and transformative growth in your company, your leaders need to get at the layer beneath actions. What drives our actions is our mindset. Do we really care about the work that we're doing? Are we connected to purpose? Do we find meaning in it? When you get at that, then the action, the discretionary effort comes, and it doesn't burn out your employees, which is good for business and good for the people.
And Dr. DiRenzo, final question for you. Are people able to adequately articulate their burnout to their bosses so that they understand that there's an issue here and that they can both work together? Is that a hard conversation to have?
It really depends upon the employee, and it depends upon the boss. But I would challenge all employers out there to be open to any type of a conversation. And if your employee, I'd challenge the employees also to take that risk to say something. And we just all have to listen better to one another and be willing to take that action.
Yeah, work is a family of sorts, and you've got to be able to talk about your issues in an honest way to get to the end of it. Productivity is important, and feeling like you have that purpose as well. Dr. Jessica Kriegel and Dr. Justin DiRenzo, thanks for the conversation.
Thank you.
Okay, Gen Z's